Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It is so nice to be here again. This is Ask HR, and I'm your girl, Tife. So today promises to be exciting. I'm just waiting for everybody to join the call. Hi Zainab. Hi B. Hello. Can you hear me clearly? Hello. All right. I'm super excited. That this session is holding today. And I really want you to tell your friend, to tell your friend, to tell your neighbor, to tell everybody literally to come and learn something new. Come and learn something new. Now we're talking about beating the ATS from a HR perspective, beating the ATS. We've been having a lot of questions around these ATS. How do we beat the ATS? How do we navigate it? How do we ensure that our CVs are optimized on the ATS? And guess what? We heard you, and we are having a session. So big shout out to Jobberman Nigeria for making this possible. And today we have an interesting guest in the house, that will be talking about this. And, she has a vast knowledge when it comes to experience in HR as well. She's our head of recruitment here in-house. And I'm sure that this session will be amazing. So get your pens, get your notepads, because you're about to be enlightened. Sorry about that. So yes, you're about to be enlightened. Can you hear me now? Okay, sorry, my internet is just a bit shaky, but I think it's better now. So welcome. We're about to start. Once it's 103, because I already have 12 people in the house. Once it's 103, we are going to start. I'm going to introduce my guest to you, right? I'm sure she's in the house. Just give me a minute. All right. So I've sent her to accept it shortly, right? Okay, perfect. I like that. So I'm just going to read out her profile to you so that you know that you're in for it today, right? You're here to learn a lot. So she's an experienced recruitment specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the HR industry, skilled in HR consulting, executive research, experience hire, graduate recruitment, HR policies, and administration. So guys, well, here to blow your minds, right? Don't forget the little arrow button down there. You can always send it, send it to your friends so that they can join the link, and we'll get started. I'm waiting for her to. So once she accepts it, then we will start, right? So how many of you are excited? How often do you hear the ATS? Have you been wondering, how do I beat the ATS? How do, you know, how do recruiters see me? How do they see my CV? Why is it that Good afternoon. It is so nice to be here again. Oh, hi, Peppy. Peppy is in Lagos, Nigeria. How is the weather in Lagos today? Lagos mainland. That's Abigail. How is the weather on the mainland as well? From Benin City, Oshe. Yes, I'll do. I can see you. I can see you. And yay, guess what? Chisholm is here. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Chisholm, for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So, people, don't forget to get your pen and your papers ready because you are about to embark on a journey to beating the ATS. All right? So, yeah. Welcome. Now, hi, Chisholm. Good morning. Thank you for joining once again. Thank you. So we have different people here from Benin, from Lagos. Somebody's even from Lagos State University. They are joining us. So they're just showing us some love. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. So we'll just start now. I know a lot of people have been asking ATS, but it's not like everybody knows the full meaning of what exactly is an ATS. So now my question is, what is an ATS?
Okay, an ATS is an applicant tracking system. It's automated. It's a software that recruiters use for hiring. Yes, that's what it is.
Okay, so recruiters use it for hiring. How do recruiters use it to hire?
Okay, especially when we have a huge volume of applications, an ATS is preferable because it collects the data, it sorts through the CVs, and then puts them in categories based on what we're looking for. Yes.
Okay. So based on what you're looking for, it just sorts them out. So can we say that, for example, it can sort them based on the experience itself, like maybe 2 to 3 years experience, 3 to 5 years experience, like that, it can do that.
Okay, so you can sort them based on human resources, accounting, just put in your filtering options and it will sort.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So now, how accurate is this platform as regards the selection? How can we trust the computer genuinely? How accurate is it?
Well, it's trustworthy really because first of all, one person can sort through 1,000 or 2,000 profiles. So to an extent, I would say it's 80% accurate in that it will shortlist a few people that the recruiter would then look at manually one by one, right? So I would say it's 80% accurate. So it's an 80%.
Sorry, Chisom, we lost you for a bit.
Oh, okay.
So can you take
okay,
that
so
again?
I was saying that it's quite cumbersome for one recruiter to source through 1,000 or 2,000 CVs. So an ATS comes in at that point. So after the ATS has shortlisted, maybe I would say maybe 50 or 100, depending on how many the recruiter wants to look at per time, the recruiter can then go in and look at them one by one. So if your CV is properly written, it sieves out all the CVs that are not properly written, it sieves out those that are applying for jobs that they are not qualified for and all that. So in my own opinion, I would say an ATS is about 80–90% accurate.
Accurate. Okay, so you said something about 1,000, 2,000. So if I have below 1,000, applicants, can I still use it?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Still use it. All right, perfect. Now, to the real question, how can my CV, I'm a job seeker now. How can my own CV beat the ATS?
Okay, first of all, I like to tell people to apply for jobs that they qualify for. Now, when you look through the job description and you identify aspects of the job description that you have done or you can do, you can then take keywords from that job description to change them on your own CV. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying copy the job description for the job post. No, that's not what I'm saying. Look through the job description, identify aspects of the job description that you have done or you can do, and then go back to your CV in the areas where you have the exact same thing. Change some keywords to match what is on the job description, because it's the job description that we're going to upload on the ATS, and that's what the ATS is going to use to source through. So that's how you can
beat it. So people, like Yoruba would say, Loro in summary, you should ensure, because that job description that you're saying, oh, I want to apply for this job, is what recruiters, hiring managers will put into the ATS. So it's like basically
yes,
looking for a job is a job itself. You can't just keep sending one
yes,
CV all the time. Based on the
yes.
JD, you also have to tweak your own CV so that, they can see you. Because somebody else is asking, why does it keep getting rejected? Is it possible for the ATS to reject your CV? Or it will not just find you?
It's possible. Yes, it's possible for it to reject your CV, and it's also possible for it not to find you. Yes, so reasons for that what we're already talking about. Some certain keywords on your CV are not matching what is on the ATS. Another thing that I've talked about is if you're not even qualified for the job at all. Those are some reasons why your CV may be rejected. And then if your CV is not properly written and all that, there are some people that use tables on their CV. It makes it difficult for the ATS to identify those CVs. Then there are some people, for example, I would say also use standard resume language. There are some people that, it need to be a bit different, in a bit to be unique. Instead of work experience, you put in where I have been. Instead of achievement, you put in what I have done, stuff like that. So just stick to the standard terminologies for CVs. Job description, yes, work experience, educational qualifications, achievements, and all that. Yes. So those are reasons that the ATS might through your CV.
You not find a job seeker. All right. So you said something about using a table, right? I know people are very creative. They want to show that is my CV. So some of them will put pictures, some of them will just, there are a lot of that. Will the ATS also see that, or it will not be able to read it and it will just still not find it?
Well, it depends on the ATS that you're using. For majority of the ATS, what they do is to pinpoint or find out keywords searches from the CV. So if you put your picture, it doesn't need your picture. So it's not going to identify your picture. So it's actually looking for some keywords in your CV that match the job description.
Okay. So speaking of keywords, right? Can you help people, like how would they identify? Where will I see, like I can see the JD, right? How will I know that this is a keyword?
Okay, so for example, on the JD of the employer, we have maybe customer service, so on the JD, maybe we have placing calls to customers daily, in 2 minutes or something like that. Your CV, let's say, just put in communicating with customers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
On the CV. And another thing is that you may not really know exactly what the keyword is that the ATS is looking for or the recruiter has uploaded on the ATS. So in that kind of instance where you are putting communicating with customers and the job description is saying placing calls to customers, what kind of communication did you do? Did you place calls? Did you visit? Do you understand? So so for each line that you see, for example, on your own, you have communicating with customers, and on the JD, they have placing calls, visiting customers. You look through and see exactly what you have done and pick some words from that and put it onto your CV. So instead of communicating, because we have verbal communication, we have physical, we have virtual and all that. So instead of putting communicating, you can then put in visits, customers. So keywords may be things like customer service, accounting, and then another thing that or I would advise is instead of putting in MBA or SEO, put in the full word. because you don't know exactly what it is that the ATS is going to be searching for. So in a case that you have an MBA, you can Masters in Business Administration, in brackets, MBA. So if the ATS is looking for the full word, it will see it. It's looking for half. Acronym is still going to find it. Yes. So those are ways to, yes, those are ways to identify keywords. Yes.
All right. So thank you for that insight, guys. Don't forget, if you are maybe you did ICANN, don't just write ICANN. Spell it out, just in case the ATS spells like it's writing it in full. That's how the recruiter put it. If you put ICANN, sorry, they will not find you. You know, Chisom has already told us today. All right. So now my next question is: apart from soft skills, which HR as a department assesses, how do they assess a job seeker based on their field?
Well, I would say anyway, basically, a lot of recruiters do, majority of recruiters do that. So we ask critical thinking questions, we ask job-based questions. Majority of the time is job-based questions as well as critical. That's I'm going to mention just these two. So you claim that you have been a customer service executive. So we know that customer service executives, they solve problems, they attend to customers and all of that. So I may come to you with a scenario and then I will ask you a question, and my expectation is that you will give me a step-by-step procedure of how you solved that problem. So we ask questions like that based on the job. So we're looking for someone that can do company budgets and all that. We'll ask you questions based on the budget. We'll ask you questions based on exactly what is on the job description or what the line manager is expecting you to do. So apart from your soft skills, interpersonal skills, what's it called? What's this? Computer literacy and all that. We ask you questions based on what you have done, because a lot of people put in their CVs what they have not done. So the way that you respond to that question is going to tell us whether you have actually done it or not. Then critical thinking questions. We come up with a scenario that maybe we assume that you may not have experienced before, and then we ask you a question and we try to see how fast you are thinking on your feet. You know, how fast can this person think? How fast can you come up with a solution? Because in most workplaces, that's what we call working under pressure. There are some things that will come at you that you're not expecting. So how do you respond to that? How do you sort that thing out? Because at that point, you won't say, okay, don't worry, let me go home and sleep on it and come back. No. How fast are you? Yes. So we ask thinking questions and then we ask questions based on the job description.
All right. So thank you so much. Guys, don't forget, we ask. This is during the interview. It's always based on the job description or basically the industry that you're in. Now, my other question would be like, sometimes you also take assessment. Can this also test for technical skills?
Yes, yes. There's something called an assessment center. Apart from the general assessments that we take online, psychometric testing and all that, there's something else called an assessment center. The assessment center is an environment where they put you in a work environment and it seems like you have resumed work. Do you understand? So for that day, you're going to work in that place. And while you're working there, they are bringing challenges, problems, issues, maybe things that have happened before that they have sorted out. And you have to write down how you're going to sort it out. So for example, if you're going for sales, they can give an industry to target, and then you come up with a business plan, come up with a proposal and all that. So assessment centers can last a day, can last 2 days, can last 3 hours and all that. So there's assessments and then there's assessment center, as well as the interview questions and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so this assessment center now, can it also pass as a case study?
Yes, yes.
All right, so just because in case people do not, they're not clear. So assessment centers basically can also pass as a case study. All right, so recently I've been getting a lot of IT fair, I'm looking to switch into HR. Everybody these days, they just want to move into HR. And the question here now will now be like, how would I do that? How can I do that? Advise me. I have an accounting background, but now I realize that my calling is HR. How can I make that switch?
Well, let me use myself as an example. I was doing sales before and customer service. So I realized that I had skills in the HR aspect. So what I did was that I started researching trainings. I started doing some minor trainings, or at least, because me, I like to be sure. Career change, career shift is not something that just wake up one morning and do. So I did a lot of research, and then I started doing little trainings here and there. I found out that I was enjoying it. I then went and applied for a certification, CIPM, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. I started taking the exams, and then after that, I went and started looking for internships. So I basically went from office to office asking people that I wanted to learn, honestly, I wanted to learn HR, and that they don't need to pay me. I just want to confirm I actually wanted to do. And that's how I started, actually. I got an internship gig. I started from there, and then here I am. So I would say if you want to move from accounting to HR, do trainings, certifications, you can consider internships, and all that. Yes.
All right. Now you mentioned CIPM. I know that CIPM might be, on the high side when it comes to money, paying for it. And let's say me, I just have 2 years experience and maybe I'm on a 75K monthly salary. What other are they affordable or cheaper, courses that I can take that will also be recognized?
There are even free courses. There are free courses on Udemy, Coursera. There are videos you can watch on YouTube and all that. There, basically, go to Google, search, read up as much as you can. And then for courses that will give you certificates that you can put into your CV, you can go to Coursera, Udemy. They have trainings like that.
All right, perfect. So guys, don't always just look at it like, hey, they're always saying CIP and PHRI. I don't have the money. They'll be calling for the $400 and something dollars. I don't have it. But you can also learn from, like she said, on Google, read up something, volunteer somewhere, put in the hard work, go and let people know that I want to intern with your organization or even your department for a few months. Let me be sure that this career which I'm about to do is something that in the long run it will be beneficial to me. All right, cool. So now, you're the head of recruitment here in Jobama, Nigeria. So you will have worked on a lot, thousands, of CVs and all that. Somebody wants to know, how can I write a competitive CV? This is you with your wealth of experience now. Please advise the job seekers in-house how they write a competitive CV.
I would recommend that you get it to do it for you. And at Jobberman, we do CV services. We have different different grades. So just contact us at Jobberman and we'll help you achieve that.
Okay, so another question. I know that I had, like, some people used to ask me that is it okay to send a professional? I feel like I just wanted to give them a reason why they should use a professional, because in their head they're like, me, a creative. I can always, just put my picture, use this color background and everything. So help us explain to them why is it that they should use a professional.
Let me give you a scenario. For example, you've been practicing self-medication and then they tell you to go and see a doctor. Is it really necessary? Is it necessary? A doctor. And you're dying there. You'll be writing CV stints. Give it to a professional. Let's do your CV for you to give you a better opportunity. So all those issues that you're having, is it well formatted? Is it good? Is it not good? Should I put picture? Should I not put picture? Should I jump? Should I fly? Professional will do all of that for you.
Takes away the headache. Wow, nice. So guys, don't forget, if you keep doing the same thing the same way, you will keep getting the same results. So don't look at it like, oh, it's expensive. Reach out to someone that you know. Oh, I'm a professional. Like she said, Jobama Nigeria, we do that for you. Send an email to cvsservices@jobama.com and somebody will, reach out to you. You can feel free to send us a DM as well. Our representative will also, reach out to you. And guess what? You'll be able to beat the ATS and get your dream job. So yeah, moving on to this next question. I know that some companies say send your CV and your cover letter. Please explain to us what is the essence of a cover letter in recruitment?
Well, a cover letter gives us an insight on what's on the CV, really. It gives us a summary of what you've done. I don't want to go and start reading line by line by line and then find out that there's really nothing in the CV. So a cover letter gives us a summary of who you are, what you have done, what you expect sometimes from the organization. So that's the essence of a cover letter. I looked through a cover letter and I knew whether to bother with your CV or not. Because let me just stop it there. Yeah, let me stop it there.
Okay, that's cool. So in a situation whereby they only say attach your CV and they don't mention anything about cover letter, should I put the cover letter in the body of the email and say attach my CV? Or I should just say dear hiring manager? How should I go about it really?
Well, there are two scenarios. First one is the hiring manager has asked for only your CV.
Okay.
You send your CV. There's another scenario where the hiring manager has asked for your CV, or you feel that the person forgot about the cover letter. So, so go ahead and attach your cover letter. Well, as a recruiter, if I don't ask you for your cover letter and you attach it, I'll just disregard it and move to the CV. Do you understand? So, but if they ask you for a cover letter, for those, in my experience, the hiring managers that have specifically asked for cover letters have something that they want to use it for. So if they ask you for a cover letter, send in cover letter. If they don't ask you for a cover letter, I don't think you should bother.
All right, perfect. Now my
That's
own
in my
next
opinion.
That's yeah, come on. We'll believe you. So yeah, my next question now will be when I'm sending my CV and my cover letter, what format should I use?
Well, we're in Nigeria. I would say use a PDF format so that nobody is going to edit it. Nobody can edit it. Use a PDF format. It's
Use a
preferable.
PDF. All right. So people, job seekers, you have heard when you're sending your cover letters or your CVs, there is free PDF converter on Google. Do that hard work. I know it's hard. I know. Do it and convert it so that nobody will be able to change the
It
words
looks
that you've written.
neater. It looks neater. It looks more professional. Looks nice.
And I think another thing is please name your CV, your name. Don't give it
Yes.
one very funny name.
Don't put in my 2021 CV for now, or looking for a job at Jobberman for now CV. No, put your name and your surname. Let it look neat. Put your name and your surname. That way, when I'm searching or when the hiring manager is searching for your CV and he remembers, oh, there was a CV I saw. On that CV, I saw Bolu. You type in Bolu, I can find you very fast. You understand? And it looks good when I attach it to someone else. What if I want to refer you to someone? I'll now refer you to someone and the person will be seen. And then another thing, please, on your CV, have a professional email address. I don't want, no, it's not good to have unprofessional. Let me not give an example. I've seen
Give them example. Your favorite light skin girl at gmail.com.
I've seen a Chikala too hot or too handle, or something very unprofessional and unserious. Please put your name and your surname. I prefer professional. Just use your name and your surname as your email address. If your name and surname are not available, keep putting in numbers or maybe a hashtag or something until you get exactly what you want. Yes,
All
and the same for
right.
your CV. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, still on this cover letter issue, right? Because I know it's like a big deal for some people. Now, somebody is asking, how do I write an acceptable cover letter?
CV services will give that to you. Our CV services will give that to you. Give you CV and a cover letter. Yes.
Chisom is a woman of few words. She has directed you to where you should go and get a professional cover letter. So yeah, please go again. Like I said, you can send us a DM and we'll attend to you. And guess what? You get your job. Now moving on a lighter note now, let's just crack a joke. What is the funniest application you've gotten?
Maybe hard to believe, but it was a CV written on a foolscap sheet.
What? 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 So the person now took a picture and sent it to you.
No picture, no, it was hand delivered.
Wow.
Hand
Please tell me the person's handwriting was fine.
And then on the CV, he also included his salary expectation. I expect to be paid so and so amount of money, and I'm like, oh, your CV has not even gotten me. You're already telling us how much you want to pay.
Wow. Wow. I hope people don't do this again
And
in
that was
2021.
that was in like 2015, 16. That was why it was hard to believe. That was why it was hard to believe. Terrible stuff. But yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, thank you for that. At least now I have another funny experience if I want to crack a joke to somebody. All right, so we're going to move to the next question. Somebody is asking, how do you suggest or propose to a company that invited you to their head office? So this is like a physical interview now that you want a virtual interview. How do you propose it?
Okay. I think you can send. Okay, if there's a phone number, you can place a call. If there's no phone number, you can send an email saying that you are in so and so location, and however that you prefer to have a virtual interview via so and so and so platforms. Then you ask if that is possible. Find out from them if it's convenient for them to do that. If they then say no, you may have to make your way to that place. Yes,
But
but I think you should send an email.
it doesn't ruin the job seekers how will I say it now, opportunity of being interviewed.
No, no. The worst case scenario is that they'll say no virtual interview, come to the office. That's the worst case scenario. It's not going to. They are interested in you. That's why they extended an invitation in the first place. So yes, it doesn't change anything.
Please let me tell them again that when they get an interview, that is because the company is interested in them. Some of them don't know. So they come very unprepared.
I didn't get that.
I said you should help me tell job seekers again that most times all the time actually, when a company extends an interview, like, oh, come for an interview, it's because they're interested in you. Sometimes they are not ready. Like I was conducting an interview this week actually, early this week. And most of them, I sent it, like I gave you like 24 hours, and that was one person saying me, I'm outside. I'm like, yeah, outside. But I did send this thing to you since so that you can actually know. She says, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And things like this, when you keep doing it, it actually ruins you because I was just I was not interested, but I had to give him a fair chance. Well, it just happened like that. So please always note that once you are being invited for an interview, it's because the company is interested in you. So put your best foot forward and, just go to the interview, do your research, learn your CV because that's another problem. Somebody will help you write your CV, but we in Nigeria, we like Indomie. We like it very fast. You will not go through your CV. So I'm asking you questions that based on your CV and you cannot answer. So please go through your CV even before you attend the interview so that you can, answer the questions properly. So thank you again, Chisom. Now, the next question will be, how do I write a CV without any experience as a fresh graduate?
In Nigeria, we do IT. We do NYS. We do NYSC. So go ahead and put in those experiences. But if you don't have any of that, capitalize on your soft skills, And another thing is this. One thing about us is that we always tend to believe that the only experience that we have is in an office, right? Yeah. I don't believe that really, because there's potential and then there's experience. You've not had the opportunity to do this, but if the opportunity comes to you, you'll be able to do it. So your CV is going to have your educational qualifications. It's going to have your skills, what you can do, computer literacy, and all that. I've said this several times. There are people that are job seekers, and their day job for now is maybe helping their mom out in her shop or helping their dad out in the shop. That's actually a job. So if you were doing sales, you put in those experiences as your sales experience. If it was customer service, put in customer service experience. If it was your IT, put in your IT experience, put in details of exactly what you were doing in the job description. So Nigeria has done it in such a way that by the time you finish school and do your NYSC, you would have had a little experience. So that's where the Cyrus comes in, and then that's where the NYSC comes in. So put that in, and I wish you all the best with that.
All right. So speaking of, internship and NYSG, I know a lot of people, I will not lie, low key, I was in that category. When they posted me somewhere and I'm like, people think I'm a joke. And it was like, oh, yes, now. So it was like, people think I'm a joke, right? And you're telling me to do receptionist job. So it was just a lot of back and forth. But I was just like, you know what? I had to just put me, that was me being rebellious. Don't be like me. But take your NYS serious. Now, I know that is not all the courses that, allows you or requires you or they will tell you to do IT, but be proactive. Like, it is your life, it's your career, right? Be proactive. Do a volunteer job. If I knew the things that I knew now, trust me, maybe by now I'll be in Aso or I'll probably be outside the country. But, for people that, that come to meet me, I always tell them, you can't just, they give you 3 months holiday. You are there, you're watching Z World. No, don't do that. Do you understand? Go somewhere, volunteer. One of the things that struck me in my former organization, there was this guy. He was actually in secondary school. His mom was like, she's just tired of him. He's just playing games. That he should come and work. So she brought him to the office, and he legit. So he was like, oh, he was interested in web development, and that was how he started. So don't sit at home watching Big Brother, watching Z World, doing all those things. Don't waste away precious time. Go out, even if it's your mom's shop, like she said. Go out and say, okay, me, I'm your sales girl. All I do is bring in sales for you. Then you can, you are client facing, you're meeting people every time. Then you start developing some skills that that will also fly for your CV. And as a fresh graduate, I will advise again, don't go and be applying for jobs that requiring 5 years experience. They literally will not call you, right? I know the fact where you're saying, oh, there's nothing God cannot do.
Have faith.
Don't have experience. So try to apply for graduate trainings. Like, it's a lot. So that's where you can,
Good every day.
yeah. So you hear that every day, every day, every day. So try as much as possible as well to, develop some skill sets to your skill sets. I know you can network. There are people that got some jobs and they do not have the experience for it. But that was because they leveraged on networking. So still leverage on networking as well. All right. So thank you. Now moving on to the next question. Somebody is saying, I am currently doing a master's program in educational administration. Apart from the theoretical aspect of this course, there is nothing like industrial training for students to match theory with practice. So she's saying, what are her chances of getting hired? Because it's just, theory. They ask you a question, you answer, but she doesn't have, the practical knowledge or experience. So what are chances of getting hired? And what advice will you give this person?
It's the same thing we've been saying.
Yeah.
Volunteer jobs, internships, put yourself out there, network, really. It's the same thing. We've been saying the same thing over and over again. It's basically the same thing you should do.
I feel like
Same thing.
people just feel like networking is too much work. They feel it's stressful. Can you please explain, and give us tips, on how to network?
Networking is plenty. in your church there or your mosque, there are people there. Networking is basically human beings. Let human beings see you and let human beings hear your voice and know you. Let me bring it down now. So networking, you think you have to wear a suit and go to one big place and then you have to share cards. No. Networking, basically, anybody you meet that you see, you think that can give you an opportunity. It is an opportunity to, hi, my name is so and so person. Oh, this is what I do. This is what I would like to do. Listen to conversation when you are in a gathering. Listen to conversations and contribute intelligently. If you don't know anything, please keep quiet. Or if you know, talk, contribute intelligently. That's networking, right? And then when you have opportunities to go for gatherings, professional gatherings and all that, go for those gatherings, meet people. Then there's also LinkedIn. In fact, basically, professional organizations are everywhere now, even on Instagram. So don't just be following only, what's that guy's name that they removed from Instagram and put him back again? Can't remember his name. Don't just be following people like that. There's HR, there's Jobberman on LinkedIn. There are a lot of professional platforms where you can go and network, right? You listen to join their live sessions like this. You know, there are some people that will do live sessions like this, and one particular person pops up based on maybe something that you said or a suggestion that you made or a response that you give to the question and all that, and you make an impression on that person. That's networking, right? So it's not necessarily you have to go to Chevron and sit in a round table that is networking. No, it's just big English. So wherever you are, please meet people, open up your mouth, talk to people, relate with people. That's networking. That's how you can network.
All right. So you have led today again. In your church, where you are, that church, you can network there. In your mosque, you can. Even if you are living in an apartment, that you shall know that it's more than you and your family members. Feel free to network. All right. So by this time,
my internship job, someone in church knew someone that was looking for an intern, and the person knew me. Do you understand? So that person stood as the middleman. Oh, I know someone that is looking for internship. Oh, I'm looking for an intern. I'm looking for an intern. Oh, okay, you guys see. And then she spoke to me and she liked me because I speak very good English. Thank you very much. She liked me, and then that was it. And that's how I started my career in HR.
All right. So key things, according to, you know, the way Tita is to do, key things, speak good English, be beautiful, so that they will like you. I'm just joking, please. But yeah, so at this moment, people that are watching, you know, you can ask your questions here and we'll take it. I'm done with the ones that they sent to me here. But I have one question for you, Chisom. How often should the professional, a job seeker, review their CV? How often should they review their CV?
Okay. First of all, you're supposed to review your CV every time that you get a new job. In the absence of a new job, review your CV every time you acquire a new skill, every time that you do a new gig. And like we talked about volunteering or internships or stuff like that, anytime you attend another training or you have something else under your belt, because what your CV is actually like an ID card of who you are in the professional world. So every time you have a new information that you can add to that CV, go and review your CV. I'm not going to say review your CV annually or every 2 years. No. Review your CV when you have a new information that you want to communicate to the people that are looking for you. Put it on your CV, put it on your LinkedIn profile, and distribute it to the people that you want to distribute it to as often as possible. Because at every point in a new skill,
so you've heard,
especially when you're idle, you don't have anything that you're doing, right? So you go on YouTube, you learn something. You go on Udemy, you do things, you know, put it on your CV. Yes, review it as often as possible.
All right. So job seekers, you've heard, even professionals in the house, so that when somebody is even trying to put you, you're not taking 2-3 days trying to put your CV. If you review it, you know, as often as you get a new skill, it will be easier for you to be like, oh, I need your CV, and then you can, you know, easily send it to them. So yeah, thank you so much, Chisom. I'm waiting for questions in house. This is 1:44. We still have some minutes left, to wrap up this session. Feel free to ask any question. This is Ask HR. This is Job Over Nigeria. We're friendly and we're here to help you, also give you the knowledge you need to be able to get your dream job. I wanted to ask you a question, but I've forgotten now. Let's see. Any question? Let me scroll down to just see if I have from before. Yes, I remember the question I wanted to ask you. So you said something about we always said, oh, get a new skill, get a new skill. Please get a new skill. I've had people say, when I ask them questions like, okay, so what steps have you taken to your, personal development in maybe like the last 6 months or 3 months? And you're applying for let's say a customer service role, and you tell me, oh, I went to learn PHP, or I went to learn Java, how to code, how to do all these things. How relevant is it learning all these things outside your industry? I hope you get my question.
I actually prioritize what I learn based on what I'm looking for. So I'm in recruitment. I learn on recruitment. I take it a step further. If I want to go outside of that, I learn how to relate with clients because I'm going to be relating with clients. I learn customer service because I have my customers internal and external. I don't see myself learning PHP except I want to build something, right? So you have to be very careful not to seem like a jack of all trades, too many, it's all over the place. What's your career path? Where are you going to? I don't know how else to say it, but where are you going to? So based on where you're going to, acquire skills that will take you there. Acquire skills that will take you there. So it's not just anything you go and start learning and wasting money to train on and your time. No. What's your career path? Identify your career path and then get trainings based on that.
Okay, so you've heard it. Please don't go and be doing everything. At least one thing, we shall find me a job. That's the Nigerian mentality. So don't always do that, because most times I'm always like, I'm curious to ask, so how will this PHP now help you in this marketing role that you are applying for? Sometimes it doesn't add up. All right, since I'm not getting questions from the audience, I feel like everybody already understands and how to beat the ATS. So now you can always reach out to Jobberman Nigeria to help you write your CV and your cover letter. But just to wrap this up, Chisom, any advice for professionals and switch industries?
Sorry, I lost you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I'm saying, any advice for people looking for a job, that's job seekers; 2, professionals; then 3, people looking to switch, industries or career paths?
Okay, for job seekers, keep at it. Rome was not built in a day. Keep at it and keep putting your best foot forward. And then for each interview that you go for, don't just wake up one morning and go for an interview. You have to do a lot of research. Research on interview questions and answers, research on the industry, research on the company. If possible, research on the person that is going to interview you or the departments that you're going to be potentially joining. Do a lot of research. Okay. That's one. On the other hand, you may not find something as fast as you want. So if you can afford to have a side hustle, keep yourself busy so that you're not idle, because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. It can make you very mischievous and all that. So look for something to do. Like Tifa said earlier, if your mom is selling something and she has not told you to come, go to her shop and just sit there. There's something it does to you when you have some level of exposure, when you're not always in-house, in the house. There's something it does for you. It does to you. Go out, meet people, talk to people. That's for job seekers. Now, for professionals, don't be in a hurry to jump out. You don't know what is outside there. Do you understand? You don't know what's outside there. Make sure that you do your proper research. You're one of the privileged people that already have something that you're doing. First of all, be grateful for what you're doing. No matter how small the salary environment is like and all that, no matter what the challenges are, be grateful that you have that while you're looking for things. And be deliberate in your search. Be deliberate in your search. Network. We've been talking about networking. Build your skills, communicate to people what you do and what you want, that you're looking for a job. Don't just keep it a secret that you're looking for a job. Be active on job sites like Jobberman. Jobberman is awesome. Come there, you will find what you're looking for. Be active there, right? And then for people that want to switch, confirm first of all, because I don't believe in, if I see a CV, no, let me go there. I don't believe in jumping from one place to another. So you have to do your research. When I wanted to change careers, I practically did a SWOT analysis on myself. Do you understand? Find out, okay, what are my skills? What do I want to, why do I even want to move there? What is there that is not here? Do you understand? Before you do that switch, right? So, and then when you now find out exactly what you want to do, take the steps that we mentioned in this live video. Take the steps that we mentioned here and then start working towards it. Like I say, everybody, job seekers, professionals, people that want to switch career, be patient, and also be very prayerful. The one that you cannot do, God will do it for you.
All right, Chisom, thank you so much. This has been an interesting session. And you can see it here. Abigail is saying this session is so educative. A big thank you to Jobberman. Jobberman, thank you so much for making this possible. Tife and our guest HR, Chisom. So thank you so much, Chisom, for this.
Thank you.
Looking into, you're welcome. People looking to, develop soft skills. Soft skills are things that they don't teach you in school, to be very honest. They won't teach you how to do teamwork. It's you already paid your own school fees. It's your own school fees. So use your school fees, finish the school fees, right? So we offer free soft skills training. So please feel free, to take the soft skills training. If you need more information about it, we are just one DM away. Send us a DM and we'll be here, to help you out. Like we also said, CV services, that's coming with your depending on the package you want, some come with cover letter, free cover letters and all that. So send us a DM as well and we will attend to you. I hope with these few points of ours, right, you will be able, if you feel like, I can write my CV, by all means, don't forget that every job you apply for, try to discern, try to know what the keywords are so that you can tweak your CV, then apply so that the ATS, the reason why we're here today, the ATS will find you. It's not us. ATS is a machine. So that to be able to see you. So pretty much any other question that you have, feel free to, send us questions in our DMs and we will attend to all your questions. We'll release it, we'll push out a blog post as well so that whatever questions we get, you can get your answers on the blog. So this was an educative one. Thank you so much, Chisom. Thank you so much, Chisom. All right, so this is 1:53. Because we don't have any other questions again, we'll give you guys the 7 minutes to, relax, stretch your legs and all. All right, bye everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.